gas station attendant, then he would have been the president of the United States of America. Y'all need to clap on that one, ladies. That's for the ladies. In other words, what she's saying is, if you can love your woman or man the way that they need to be loved, you will push them into their destiny. You will push them to become who God created them to be. They may not have it right now. The lady may not be all polished up right now. She may have some issues. The guy may have some issues spiritually, practically, financially. But guess what? If you love them how they need to be loved beyond what you see, eventually you can push them. And I know Hillary Clinton and Michelle both are so glad that they stayed with those men, because now they're able to be the first ladies of the United States of America. Ladies, fellas, if you're listening right now, you too can be the president of your own company. Maybe not the United States of America, but you can be the president of your own ministry, your own company. Whatever you dream about doing, you can do your own daycare. You can open up a hair salon. You can do whatever you need to do. If love is in the midst of you and it pushes you forward, then it will push you into where you belong. Sometimes we need a little push. And I've been giving the analogies of GPS systems in cars today for some reason. It makes me think about a lot of people today who are listening right now by way of the internet and in their car. You're probably in love or looking for love, but you feel like a car that's broke down on New York Avenue. And for those of you who are listening all across the world, you don't know where New York Avenue is. It's a main avenue in Washington, D.C., and you see a lot of cars broke down on the side of the highway. But many people are broke down in love, on love's highway. They're broke down, but guess what? You have your relationship hazard lights on, and you're pulled over to the side, and you're hoping that somebody with a good Samaritan heart will pull over and give you a jump start. Well, guess what? Here we are. It's Relationship Radio, Conversations with Prince DaJour. It's the bottom line. And that's what we do.
That's what it's all about.
We're love jump starters, okay? I never thought of that before. That's something brand new that just came to me. But this is Relationship Radio. We love jump starters. And we're not jump starting you because we're perfect. We all have our personal issues as well. We're trying to figure this thing out. But we love you, and we showing up. Sometimes it's just simply showing up. You may not know how to give all the love. You may not be the one individual to give everything. But if you show up and be willing to give you a jump or let you get on back of my tow truck and take you, and if I can't help you, maybe I'll drive you to somebody who could help you. But I got to get you off this highway, okay? So go ahead, Tina, what you want to say?
Okay, and one point I wanted to make was, we've got to learn ourselves. We've got to stop looking to other people and allowing them to define what we want in a mate. You've got to rediscover who you are and learn what it is that you like and what attracts you. And then, it'll be okay,
You're right. That's simple. That's right.
It's that simple.
Well, you know what? This is what we're going to do. Tina, why don't you give them the information? If you want to give us a call and join our discussion, I would love to hear from anyone right now, male, female, old and young, whatever. Give us a call and join our discussion with your questions and comments. What is it, Tina?
Okay, if you want to call in with a question or comment, just call 301-794-5150. Again, that's 301-794-5150. I
like the way you said it. She said it so sexy for Love's Holiday. Look, sound like a telethon. Once again, it's 301-764. How about the website? A lot of people listening by way of the web. Let's give them a web address.
Okay. It's washington.cbslocal.com. Again, that's washington.cbslocal.com. Just click on Listen Live and select 1580, the Big Talker.
So when you go on the website, you'll see a button that says Listen Live, I believe. Okay, click the button that says Listen Live, and you can hear us anywhere across the world. Speaking of that, before we go to break, I want to give a shout out to a lot of people who've been reaching out to me on Facebook. Our family in Detroit. We want to say what's up to everybody in New York.
What's up,
some of my
Detroit?
friends hit me from the Bahamas, believe it or not. I do workshops in the Bahamas once a year usually, and a lot of my friends hit me from the Bahamas, Detroit, Chicago, Jacksonville, Florida, and Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So love to you. And of course, later on as we continue to do the shows, we're going to read emails and letters, and we'll let you join our discussion. We're going to take a quick commercial break. It's CBS Big Talk Radio 1580 with Prince DaJour, Conversations with Prince DaJour. From here to a place called Love, and happy Love's Holiday. All right, give it up for me. We'll be right back. Yeah, okay?
Yes, all right.
Talking Global on the Big Talker 1580.
Sunday, don't miss your favorite stars on music's biggest night with Bruno Mars, CeeLo Green, plus more. The Grammys Live Sunday, only CBS.
The IBM Center for the Business of Government has chronicled stories of large, complex organizational transformations, but it is also important to tell the stories of frontline leaders making a difference on a smaller scale. Pick up Transforming State Government Services Through Process Improvement, a case study of Louisiana by Dr. Vicki Grant, and find out more. This report is a first-hand story of using common sense management to improve and redesign a vital element of human service delivery. You can order or download a free copy at businessofgovernment.org.
Moving is the best medicine. To learn more, visit fightarthritispain.org. Brought to you by the Arthritis Foundation and the Ad Council.
Elise, come on, it's game day. You've got all weekend to study.
Jen, this has nothing to do with studying. I've got to work. The way the economy is, I figure I'll be working for the next century just to pay off these student loans.
Well, you know...
I know. You joined the National Guard, so your college is completely paid for. Yes, you've mentioned it a couple thousand times.
The National Guard Scholarship covers up to 100% of your tuition. Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the D.C. National Guard, aired by the Maryland, D.C. Delaware Broadcasters Association and this station.
To all the men out there, what do you do when you're standing over the toilet and what should be a matter of seconds becomes a matter of minutes? Look, your prostate can affect your bathroom habits, including your flow and stream. It can even affect your sleep if you're waking at night to go. That's why you need to call for a free bottle of Beta Prostate and join the tens of thousands of men who've already taken charge of their health. Beta Prostate is made with natural plant sterols that support healthy urine flow and healthy sleeping habits. It's the formula no man should be without. That's why, for a limited time, new customers can get a bottle free. All you have to do is call now.
To get your free bottle of Beta Prostate, call 1-800-291-1761. You only pay shipping and handling. Supplies are limited, so one free bottle per household. Call for a free bottle of Beta Prostate. Call 1-800-291-1761. 1-800-291-1761. 1-800-291-1761.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you don't need to talk to me about sex.
Maybe you do control what I'm exposed to.
But maybe not.
Maybe I hear about sex every day.
In the media, from my friends.
Maybe while you're not talking to me about sex, everyone else is.
So talk to me. Tell me to wait to have sex.
Because you can influence me.
For help starting the conversation, visit forparents.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and this station.
If you really want to support our troops, just contact the USO.
You can't believe how much they do for us.
To find out how you can help, visit us at USO.org. The USO, until everyone comes home.
Attention, attention. The Big Talker. That is all.
All right, Conversations with Prince DaJour. We're back and we're live right now. And of course,
yes,
we're celebrating Love's Holiday. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you guys. And of course, happy Friday. We can't forget about Friday. It feels so good to be loved, especially on a Friday. Good God from Zion, my Lord. And this is a beautiful weekend. The weather is beautiful outside. On the way here, the summer's outside. The summer's shining, a nice breeze, and love is in the air, you know. And what's so cool about this Love Holiday for me, I decided to spend my Valentine love with you. So that's what I'm doing right now. So we're actually kind of having a date right now. And for the fellas, if you're listening, you just ride along with us in the passenger side. But for the ladies, if you're listening, this is a celebration. We're kind of having a conversation, not over dinner, but over the radio right now, okay? And I figured, since I'm a single brother, I figured I'll put it out there and celebrate my date with the whole world on the web. How about that, okay? So it's Love's Holiday. I'm having a great time. What better way to spend love, though? And I'm joking about me spending love with them, but the truth of the matter is that real love is really all about giving instead of receiving anyway.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's cool if you buy me something, you can get me some cologne or a watch or whatever, but guess what? When you give to me, you're expressing an act of love that's unselfish. It's not selfish, it's selfless, okay? And you're able to go beyond where you are and say, hey, what can I do to make you happy? I really believe that relationships can work much better, guys, for real. If every woman and man who really finds that right person wake up in the morning and say, baby, you know what? What can I do to love you today? What can I do to make you feel loved?
I like that one.
But you know what we do, though? Y'all so I can get used to this, right?
That's right.
Hey, but you know what we do? Unfortunately, what we do is we wake up and we say, what can you do for me today? And because you're so focused on what the person is doing for you, you've missed your opportunity to do for them. And so I believe that if both the man and the woman are so preoccupied with loving each other based on how the person needs to be loved, you're so busy, you forgot that you even requested anything. Because they already have your file, baby. They already know how to love you. Why? Before you even ask for it, the breakfast is cooked. Before you ask for, here's a pair of boots, a pair of shoes. I know it's your favorite perfume. Right. I know it's not Valentine's Day, baby. The date is May the 5th.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Actually, it's all about anticipating what your mate needs.
That's a very good thing.
Wants,
that's right. And so anticipation of love, Tina, that was a very good point. You have to anticipate what they need before they need it. That's what real love. If you just do it when they need it, you just kind of playing it safe and doing it just enough. But real love is anticipating the need before it's needed. Somebody need to write that down. I got the feeling.
But you know what? You got to be in tune with them.
Yeah,
you got to be in tune. You have to just know it.
You have to know.
Right. So you got to pay attention and listen.
That's
right. If you listen, you'll know.
That's a very good point, because we spend a lot of time talking but not really listening to it. Because you need to listen to your lady while she's on the phone with her girlfriend. Girl, I went by Bath and Body Works and Victoria's Secret. They had it on sale. Hands on. Fellas, that's when you get the pen and pad and write it down. Okay, Victoria's Secret.
That's right. Take notes.
And of course you take notes. Or I like flowers. Or I like a certain type of food, or just because, not because it's Valentine's Day. I want us to celebrate love's holiday all year long. Imagine where we can be if we had love in the air all the time. Imagine if all the lovers out there listening to the sound of my voice right now.
So
I mean, everybody going to the sale of chocolate is going to go up, James. You know what I mean? I mean, flower shops are going to just go crazy, not just for Valentine's Day. Imagine when everybody can, speaking of spirituality and love, of course we know that God is love. And you can't really have love without being spiritually sensitive. I want to make sure I add that in there. But imagine if everybody could even come to know God as their love, other than just New Year's and Easter.
Yes.
And Christmas. Because
that's the big
But you know what?
holiday.
But that's like a love affair. We show up, we're part-time lovers. We show up every now and then to justify our love. And many of us, just like we do for holidays when we show up every now and then in the relationships. I'm just buying some candy to keep her quiet, you know.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Girl, let me go ahead and give them this and give them that to keep them quiet, get them off my back. But that's not really love. And so let's talk about real quickly, ladies. I want to talk about the difference between a soulmate versus a spirit mate. Of course, there's so many points to get across in an hour show. We're going to have to do this for 2 hours soon.
Oh, yes,
we're going to have to extend the show. But I think it's very important. I talked about this on Facebook the other day, and at the end of the show, we'll give you our Facebook address. But the difference between a soulmate and a spirit mate, I believe that most of us have been failing in relationships because we've been told to look for soulmates.
Yes.
And then let me explain myself before you throw tomatoes at me, okay? The truth of the matter, I know I'm messing with somebody's belief system. I'm messing with what somebody's mama told them right now. But the truth is, right here on Relationship Radio, the Bible says that the soulish part of a man is his intellect, his emotions, and his will. So that means that it deals with your senses. Most of us have been choosing mates according to our senses.
Yes.
So imagine, but unfortunately, those relationships have never worked. In most cases, most of those people are divorced, are breaking up even as we speak right now, probably arguing in the car because we just defined the difference between the two. Whatever's going on, you're dealing with it out of emotion. But a spiritual mate is the individual who's designed to understand how you were manufactured. If God called you to be a preacher, a hairstylist, if you cut grass, if you're a barber, if you're a real estate agent, if you work for the government sitting at a desk right now and listening to this show, God has a certain purpose for your life, and the person doesn't have to be exactly like you, but they need to be close to you and close enough to understand you. Like for me, I'm the kind of guy, I'm not into sports like most men. Most people find it strange. I like boxing, but my sons love basketball and football. Now, I'm the kind of guy when people come to me, who are you going for? I'm like, man, look, I don't go for nobody. I'm more of an artistic guy. I like to go to the Kennedy Center and listen to symphony and ballet, and I love love. I'm into romance on a regular basis, for real. This is no joke.
Did you hear that, ladies?
All right, don't get it twisted. But guess what? But here's the point that I'm making. Even though I'm not really into sports like most guys, I'm into my children. Okay, I have beautiful kids. I love them all. You see their pictures on Facebook. But because I love them, I love what they love.
Right.
That's love. So even if you're not into what your man does, you're not into what your lady does, but because you love them, you have to support them wherever they go. If they go to the moon, ride with them. Okay, if they want to go to the corner store, baby, ride with them. If he wants to do something that you don't like and it's not really you, step outside of your selfish self and get into your selfless self and go with him because it feels good being loved, being with the one that you love. And don't get it twisted. I feel like Medea when I said that for some reason.
You're enjoying the company.
So, come on, so soulmate is a person who appeals to your emotions and your intellect. Now it's time for us to do away with soulmates. And now it's time from 2011. I'm making a clarion call right now. If I had a trumpet, I'd blow it right now, James Brown. But the truth of the matter is that from this point on, look for your spirit mate. And when I say spirit mate, I'm not talking religion. I'm not talking about church. I'm talking about that quiet spiritual part of you that nobody knows other than you and God. The part that entered into your body when you were born and the part that will leave your body when you die. That's the spirituality that I'm talking about. Nobody knows about it because it's personal, baby. It's quiet. It's a whisper. It's not a loud talking type of thing. Real love doesn't scream and yell. Real love whispers. Okay? So that's what we're talking about today. So your soulmate will whisper to your spirit something that you never even told them. They will touch you in places that hands can't even touch.
Oh, yeah.
A soulmate can touch you physically and make you feel good because they know the tricks in the trade. I know all kind of special stuff you like, baby. But can you touch me in a place that I never even told you that I like to be touched? But for some reason, just by you being you and you just showing up, you touch something inside of me that made me feel like we just been intimate and you've never even touched my body. Speaking of intimacy, intimacy simply means see into me see. I want somebody to see into me what